Good morning, good night, good afternoon, you beautiful patriots, you. Oh, a big old war is coming. I'm so happy to see you. I'm very, very happy to see you. Please like, subscribe, share to me. Uh, I need the help to make sure, algorithms are working. We'll be on YouTube today, and I also put up on Rumble. I also do Instagram and, of course, Twitter. Um, I want to make sure you get to see my Twitter. So bear with me, but here we go. All right, so there we are. Make sure you sign up with me. We have the Lions, Tigers, Cheetahs, and soon to have the Pumas coming in. I'm also on Instagram. You can follow me here. Here we like to create a space for people that want to fight for voter ID rights, election transparency, term limits, and battle teachers unions, etc., etc., etc. And the Pumas are coming, and they'll be fighting CRT and whatnot. Now, the first person we're going to get involved with is Tucker, and we're going to let him tell you about these red flag laws. And of course, I will butt in a little bit as usual. I do want to take a quick note here that Dave, my buddy, he pointed out a really, really good fact that we do have people with hearing disabilities. And as much as I love veterans, I also love people with disabilities. And of course, we want to lift them up and make sure they can follow along. How you will do that is if you see my cursor here, I will go down to the lower right, and there is subtitles, closed caption. So when I upload this to YouTube, you will be able to hit this button right here, CC, and you will be able to follow along. So let me just warn you with the red flags, this is the start of tyranny. They're going to want to take our guns away. And I'm really, really scared. So on that note, we will get back to Tucker here, and I will drop him in the information below. Hit it, Tuck.
You want crazy people to have guns? Of course you don't. Who would? So naturally, you're for red flag laws. And in fact, we may soon get red flag laws across the country. So what would that mean if we do? Well, two things you should know. First, red flag laws will not end mass shootings, but red flag laws will end due process.
Now, just a minute here. If you take the guns away, let's just say they all disappear from patriots and Americans and whatever. They're not in your drawer. They're not locked up. They're not in the back shed. You don't have them now. So what are people going to do? And I hate saying this because one thing with any kind of video, as soon as you say it, it gives somebody a stupid idea. But what I'm more scared about is, yes, a gun shoots a bullet. And you got to have aim and accuracy. And it can cause death immediately. But what about people that are going to get mentally distraught, disturbed, whatever, and they decide to get in a car, or they decide to get some gasoline and put it in a bottle and plug it with a cloth? All right? So you can take them all away you want, but you can use a pitchfork. All right? So go ahead, Tucker.
Due process is a simple concept, but it's the key to everything that is good about America. In our system of justice, citizens cannot be punished without first being charged with a crime. Politicians cannot just decide to hurt you, throw you in handcuffs, lock you in jail, seize your property, simply because they don't like how you think or how you vote. No. Before they punish you, they have to go through a formal process in which they describe which specific law you broke and exactly how you broke it. They have to prove it. For serious crimes with big penalties, the government has to convince a group of your fellow citizens first. It's called a grand jury. And this government must convince them that you deserve to be punished or they cannot proceed.
Do you get it? Not only taking the guns away, so now you don't even have them in your holster or in your under your bed. Now anybody can red flag you and you're out. You thought canceling on Twitter and whatnot is real? It's 100% real. Wait till you see this canceling if it comes through. It almost will create an uprise, and the left, the dream that the left has is everybody rises up so they can have the military come in and take us all out. And guess what? Patriots won't do that. Patriots will fight, but the last thing a patriot will do is try to harm another citizen. They know it. Now, I'm excluding any kind of mental or depression. Anybody can get that. But this is scary that you're gone. You're done. Watch it. Watch it.
None of this is new. This is the way we've done things in America for more than 200 years. And it's exactly why we have and have always had the fairest justice system in the world. People move to this country from all over the globe to benefit from it.
They're destroying it.
But red flag laws will end this. Under red flag laws, the government doesn't have to prove you did anything wrong in order to strip you of your most basic rights. All that's required to punish you is a complaint, possibly even an anonymous complaint,
You see?
in which somebody says you seem dangerous. Now, that complaint doesn't come from a grand jury. It can come from anyone, including someone who...
You could have a stupid argument with your neighbor, and if they are PO'd enough, they can do this, if this passes. I am warning you to fight against this. Please.
who hates you, or someone who simply doesn't like your politics. It doesn't matter because no jury will ever see it. On the basis of that unproven complaint, you lose your freedom and your ability to defend yourself and your family.
Now, right there, if that doesn't tell you that you can't defend yourself or your family, that is like jumping in a pool of venomous snakes and thinking you're not going to get bit and die. The minute they take that right away, we are not America. Comprende? Now I want to move over and let's check this one out. This is Pete Hegseth, and he wrote a book that I highly recommend. The link in the bottom will be down there. I really, really want you to listen to this because he nails it. This man here nails it. Will Cain, Patriot. Go down, like it. Boom. Oh, I liked it already. Here we go.
Well known to the founding generation, well known to progressives, well known.
This is wokeness taught in schools, by the way.
Because they actually studied Greek and they actually studied Latin. There is no direct translation in English for the
New
word
for you.
paideia. So we spent
Paideia.
a lot of time in the book explaining, defining, providing context for the word paideia. Because what we have is a Western Christian paideia, what we had. Paideia meaning the enculturation, the education, the infusing of values into our youngest. It's
Right.
not what you stand for when you're 18 or 25 or 30. It's the values that are imprinted on the hearts of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds. It's
All right, this is Pete Hegseth getting to the real root. Besides taking our guns now, they're indoctrinating our children. And the reason he wrote this book, now this is my opinion, but this book is gold. It's going to explain, even if you already believe or know what's going on, it's going to put it all into where you can understand it, the history of where we were 200 years ago to today. And we are in deep poo-poo.
It's what David describes as the value, the vision of the good life. Is what do we tell kids that we value in our culture and in our society? And yes, we translate that first through faith, which is increasingly diminishing.
Super
in our country.
important here, the
Second,
three of them.
through family, which is increasingly under the assault as well.
He said it. Our families are being assaulted. Of course, they took God out of schools and all that. And even now, the Pledge of Allegiance, they're even taking it out. They are mowing the lawn to kill the lawn and growing new seeds.
Well, but third, and most importantly, institutionally, I would argue as far as amount of time, is through education.
Boom.
And in the past, the combination of the West and Christianity was the core to our cultural paideia, what we infused into the affections of our youngest kids so that they became a part of our Western Christian story. And that doesn't mean everyone is Christian. That doesn't mean
Thank you.
everything is only Western. It means that's the overarching arc and narrative of who we are as a people and what we value. And that was assumed for more or less 2,000 years. The left knew that in order to get at that paideia, they wrote about paideia. They wrote openly in the New Republic.
Get the
About
book.
the centrality of education. That was their world-class progressive publication of the early 20th century. And they said if we want to get at the plasticity of the mind of the child, then we have to do it in the classroom. And the first thing we have to do is remove God, the Christian portion of
See?
the Western Christian
They
paideia.
did that.
So it's something we don't even think about. I guess we instinctively say, I want a good kid, or I want to make sure he has values. But in our education system, that used to be automatic. And now that it's been completely removed, we're untethered from our past.
What? All right, so there we go. We got that. Really, 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 please get that book. There's a lot of other books you can look into. You can see that from the 1910s to 20s. When we got to the World War I. We didn't have the equipment. We didn't have the know-how as far as it was our first big war, and all of a sudden we're in it, and we had to have boots made, and somebody had to figure out how to supply all the boots. And war turned into money making, right? Those that had to even supply the food, supply the steel for the tanks, whatever. It is a money maker to get all the stuff over. And they saw in World War I that we were a different kind of fighting machine. We were, I want to say, because of the Revolutionary War, and then you get to World War I, we matured a little. But then World War II hit, and we got hit in Honolulu. And that type of patriotism was fight to the death. And I'm not saying we had guys that went over that weren't scared to death, because I probably would have been one of them. I don't know. But they touched our turf. And it was time to man up. And that's the last time patriots fought for patriotism. After that, war was just materialized. All right. So anyway, I want to get you out of here. Again, I told you that if you look for the CC, I'll show that to you again. Hang on. If you look to the CC down here, any video has it on YouTube. Hit that button, and the words will scroll across as they're spoken. All right, I promise you. Now, on the other hand, we got here's my big cat. You guys show up. We got the lions, tigers, cheetahs, pumas are coming, and I always have to thank Dave and Leah. I love you guys. You guys are helping me. You're keeping the fort. We have beautiful war rooms, beautiful people in it, and of course, I got Peppy. I want to shout out Mr. Lauria. He's a Jersey boy just like me. He's one of my most faithful friends, and I just need to let him have some love, because this guy's got the heart of gold. And as soon as you impress him, he will help you. He will shout you out. He will like, subscribe, whatever. But he's an amazing patriot. He's an amazing lover of America. And I just need to make sure you see Mr. Peppy up here. All right. I love this guy. I love you, brother. And make sure you follow, like, and subscribe him. I will put his link down below. So, and also, like I said, remember, we got the Big Cat War Room on Instagram, and I'm really proud of that. If you want to join up, you'll be able to, I'll put the link down there for you. And I'm just so happy. I started with nobody. I only started about 3-4 months ago, and the people that are in here are really good patriots, really good video people that put stuff up. So back to there. And I also need to let you know Coda Vets. Let me show you her. There she is. Gretchen right here. Let me tell you, the Golden Angel of Tennessee, right? You don't know how many veterans need help and cry out for it. And her ears pick it up. Of course, you got to find her too. So I do my best to just, I didn't serve in the wars. I wasn't a policeman or fireman. But I really love people that put the flag on their shoulder and do what they have to do. Is it always the right move to send our military somewhere? No, but I still admire a person that protects our freedoms and our rights as citizens and constitutionalists. So please follow Gretchen at Coda Vets. She's also at codavets.com. That's down here. You hit that, and you are in good hands. With that, I just want to make sure you guys know I also love you guys too. I'm My heart is warming up with the love I'm getting, and I try to spread truth and love. So please kiss, love, hug a veteran. You know they do it for you, and you know they're doing it for you, and you know they die doing it too. So peace out, and I will see you on the other side of this day.